Welcome back everybody, NerdsEye here. I'm excited to be continuing my Magic the Gathering Arena series, but I'm going to kind of change up the style a bit more. I'm going to be just going through one deck per episode, and I might do a few update episodes for decks I've played before, just when new cards come out. And today I'm going to be starting with my Life deck. I didn't have another name for it, so I just chose that. But I built this mainly because I wanted to build it around a Johnny's Pridemate, which when you gain life, you get the 1/1 counter on him. I also put some Splash of Black in here because of Bloodthirsty Aerialist has the same exact ability as a Johnny up there, but it's flying, so I still absolutely love having flying in my decks. So the fact that I found that, I actually might try adding another one in there and getting rid of someone else. Another one that's kind of a big hitter in here is Linden, and it's just because whenever a white creature attacks, I gain a life. Don't really get her out too much, which is why I'm kind of think I might get rid of her and put in another Aerialist, but I'm not sure. The other one that is really good in this deck and kind of what I built it around was the Grateful Apparition, which whenever it deals combat damage, you can proliferate. That's actually pretty good once you have your counters on everything. And the rest are kind of just here for chop blockers, lifelink, anything. The ultimate hand, or optimal hand, that you would want when playing this deck is to have at least a Healer Hawk in your starting hand, or even sometimes the Knight of the Ebon Legend. Definitely the Vampire Dire Moon. If you have any of these, just because of their low cost, you can get them out to either block or get the lifelink, so you can definitely get it going first, like right off the bat. And then you really need a Johnny Pridemate in your hand and a Grateful Apparition, and by turn 3 you should be already starting to get counters on Johnny, and hopefully by turn 3 you would actually be doubling those, or doubling the counter that gets put on it when that Grateful Apparition attacks, just to proliferate, so you can possibly get like 2 on a Johnny per round until you start getting more of your lifelink out or gaining more life. But so far that's been the optimal hand that I've seen. Another one that I've seen that's been pretty helpful is the Impassioned Orator, and I have 4 of him just because it's whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain a life. The more you have out, the higher a Johnny get, and the Bloodthirsty Aerialist kind of increase. So I do have the Guildgate here just so I can start a hand if I have it. I can get one or the other mana. But yeah, so I just want to show you this is the deck, and as you can see the mana curve up here, it is heavy on 2 cost, and as most of my decks go, I tend to overload creatures than non-creature spells. I know most people try to do about 24 land, which we have 24 land, and then they kind of split the rest of it up between instances, enchantments, sorceries, and creatures. I tend to just put a lot of creatures out. I personally just like playing with creatures and just letting them attack, and that's more my style. And so now let's get into a game or two, and I want to show you how this game, or how this deck works. Ooh, those are pretty cool. I like those full arts. Sorry, got distracted there, but that was awesome. So I also always play standard rank. Sometimes I do come up here and play these when I get enough coins or gems, but my standard is always just standard ranked. So let's get in and play a few games, and I can kind of show you what to look for in this deck and how it all fits together. And yeah, I built this mainly just because I liked the ability on a Johnny, and I mean, I like to gain life in games anyway, just because it can either prolong it, or prolong the game, or it can actually turn the tides if I get the right cards out. There's been times where this deck personally has been down to about 1 health, and I've come back and won the game just because of the life gain. So currently right now that's not really a good hand, But I am going to keep it just because I have the Johnny right off the bat and the Orator, so I can at least get the Orator out possibly. And that's what I was expecting. Top card for the Vampire. So this isn't really like good optimal, but this is a kind of close to what I want from my deck. And what you really want for this to go is get at least a Swamp and the Plains out. That did not go. And then normally I would just go the Impassioned Orator first, just because when I get a Johnny out, I automatically get that one counter put on it because of this ability. Well, I guess we won that, and I couldn't really show you. They must not have gotten what they wanted. Sorry about the mistake there. But yeah, let's just continue on and play the next game. Hey, receive some rewards. Okay, so cast 20 black or green spells, so that will be good because I'm playing a black deck. Yeah, let's get into another game. So I am going to be kind of adding in some more episodes for Magic. After I'm done recording this, I'm actually going to get a good feel and rundown of what the schedule's going to be, but it might be something like once a week I'm going to put out an episode like this. First, let me double check and make sure this is a good hand. Yes, this is. It'll be a while till I can get that aerialist out, but this is actually a pretty good hand to start with. I've had it to where it's been worse than this and still done good. So we're actually going to get the Guild Gate out because I do want to get this aerialist out. At least next turn I can get a Vampire out and playing. Impassioned Orator is also going to come out soon. That's going to be good. So we'll get a Plains out, and then next turn I'll actually be able to put out a Swamp. And I'm going to hold off on the aerialist. I'm going to put another Vampire and Impassioned Orator out. And then a Johnny. That's going to be big. So let's put out the Orator and the Vampire. And we're actually going to not attack because it has Death Touch. So the reason I do have these Vampires is that lifelink and the Death Touch, so I can have them as chomp blockers. And normally when I've had these out, people have been really skeptical about attacking. But as I was saying, I'm hoping to my plan currently right now, and I'll have an update on my next episode. But to be once a week to go over just one deck a week and do a new deck each week until like the next set comes out, and there might be some cards that I want to exchange in this deck or another, and then I'll go over what that change was, and we'll play some games and see how that does. My other ideas is there's going to be probably, I'm thinking there might be like one special episode that gets posted once a month, so a brand new episode where I'm kind of either live streaming or going through like a deck building, showing you guys my process of how I build the deck from start to finish. Also going over some of the decks I have in real life and what I'm planning to do with it, how I'm building it, if there's any cards I'm looking for, I can talk about those, and then once I get them, I can show you how the deck runs, and you guys can see a good idea for that. And just really kind of want to get and show you guys what I absolutely love about this game, and get more of it out there for you guys. But like I said, that's my generalized plan right now. I'll have a better rundown of what the better rundown of what the process is going to be and what my schedule is going to be. So definitely look for that in the next episode, and I actually might also add it to the description in this video once I finish it. So, but now let's get back to this game, and he's still kind of just sitting there. It's pretty nice that I have that right now. He does have a burn spell, so he could always just burn me. I'm actually gonna wait on that, and I'm gonna attack with the Vampire of Dire. and hope he blocks it. So this is probably one of the only times I'll attack with the Death Touch, unless I know I'm going to win the game if I swing all out. But this will let me know if he chooses to block or not. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So that's not really going to help him against that, so we're just going to let it happen. And that's exactly what I kind of wanted, because now, do we want to play my battlefield promotion on a Johnny? Let's do it on, yeah. So we'll get him going. And I'm doing this just so I can get the counter, gain a life, so I can get 2 counters on him. That I was not expecting. That's kind of one of the things I need to update with this deck, is it's not really good against removal spells like that. And I probably should have seen that coming. I know that was kind of a gamble, and I said I was going to try it this time and see if it worked. And of course it didn't, so now I have to see what I can do. Ooh, do I want to get the Angel of Vitality out just because she can become a 4/4 flyer, which is really nice to have out there, but or do we just want to get another Johnny out? Yeah, we'll get her out just so I can get some more life gain going. I am kind of holding off on her just to see what happens. I'm not going to attack because he can kill me there. Now he doesn't have anything for burn spells, so I could have attacked and he wouldn't have burned anything, but yeah, like I said, removal kind of is like the bane of this deck I'm playing, just because of the fact that people can bounce a Johnny or destroy it, and you kind of get rid of the whole aspect of what the deck's supposed to do, which is get a Johnny up to be a big giant creature. So I know when Steadfast Queen is there and I can play her, but I'm actually going to get the Johnny out first. And do I want to attack or not? Because I would attack. No, I won't. I have nothing to really gain life right now. So the next turn we are going to attack, and this is where the deck is going to kind of run away from me, is oh, another Johnny. But first we'll get her out just so I could do we'll pull that back. Oh no, I need to attack with a well, I'm going to gain life for each of those, so I'll be able to do that and that. And there we go. That's how this deck normally runs. So automatically I got the 4/4, and they knew what was going on. So like I said, I need to get kind of better at the removal part. I think we're going to play one more deck. Or one more game. There have been a few games that it's gone like head to head, and mainly it's been when I've played against the same deck, which happens quite a lot because this has actually been a popular deck I've been noticing. And it literally just goes to like 40-40 health until one of us gives up about 40 minutes to an hour later, saying this is taking too much time. I'm just gonna end because I've been spending too much time here. Or this game's just gonna keep going. There ain't gonna be any winner soon. So I'm gonna keep this just because of that Vampire of the Dire Moon, a Johnny, and then Bloodthirsty Aerialist is how so far that first 3 turns are gonna go. But yeah, like I said, sometimes it's just when you're in a long game, you just want to reset and try again. And that's normally when I tend to concede. But we'll see how this does. I know I've been having problems with this deck on think it was just black decks with the kill cards, basically just destroy target creature. And I'm waiting for something that I can do to kind of make this a better deck. Like, I would love to say protection from black if I could ever get that, but as you can see, this person is playing the exact kind of deck, or close to, because they have that Vampire of the Dire Moon. So we're just gonna trade for trade and put our own Vampire out. So this looks like it's, okay, it's a black-blue deck, so it's not the same deck. But there are some of the same cards, which I'm not going to block that because I don't want to kill my Vampire yet. We're going to put that out, and we're going to get... Do we want to get Johnny, or do we want to get that Healer Hawk? Let's get the Ajani. I know he's going to stop attacking with that, now that he knows I have this Ajani coming, but my Aerialist will be coming out next turn, so I'll at least be able to get going there. Kind of intrigued on what he's doing. A little scary that he does how he can tap for two of one of those, so he at least can get something going. But yeah, this tends to be like kind of one of the decks that I've seen, or black and blue has been kind of the problem. So now that I see both of them together, a little scared at what's going to happen, but we shall see. I do know I said I was going to put the Bloodthirsty Aerialist out, but the fact that I just got the Knight of the Ebon Legion out in my hand, I'm getting him out as soon as I can, just because I will be starting to gain more life. And as I'm gaining more life, at the beginning of my end step, if the player lost 4 or more, which that's going to happen once my Aerialists are out. Probably should have done this a different way, but see, I'm not going to attack because he can still do that. If I had my pacifism, I'd put it on there and just start swinging away. But I really just have the Knight of the Ebon Legion to just sit there and gain counters until he's big enough to do what I would use a Johnny for. That's gonna be fun. So I'm gonna need to get rid of that before it happens 4 more times. I just lost nothing too bad. I mean, Impassioned Orator. It's kind of a dagger in the heart right there. But like I said, it does look like he's playing close to the same deck. I know this isn't going to do much damage, but it's at least going to get my big guys going, especially the Aerialist, because he has nothing to block it. He does have something that he might have something that can bounce it up, which again, that's kind of a part I hate, and why this deck doesn't have that great of abilities against. So that's good. So let's see what we lost this time. Again, nothing too bad, but I still just need one of those Impassioned Orators to start gaining life once creatures go. I do know this next turn Ashiok's going to be gone, so unless he can get something out with flying or bring back my flyer, there's nothing he can do. And that's going to let me get going on this a bit more. We're gonna put out the other Aerialist. I'm expecting him. Ooh, he has an instant or a sorcery. Oh, he has a instant over there, sorry. So Ashiok's going there, or damage is going there. I'm actually just gonna attack again in case he decides to do something to one of these two. Like if he tries to kill. And he just thinks he let it go. Thank God that's done with. Hopefully he doesn't have another, at least for a while. But as you can see now, this is starting to just ramp up, and it's like turn 2, 3, 4, 5. we're turn 6 right now. And there was the murder. I was waiting for that to happen. Surprised I didn't do it earlier. Damn, that Vampire of the Dire Moon is just making it so I'm not attacking with a Johnny, but we're just going to keep going, and I think I'm going to have to sacrifice those later. I might actually get the Knight of the Even Legend up first and then sack. Ooh. What is he doing? I don't think he thought this through because Child of the Night just has lifelink. Knight of the Even Legend doesn't have Death Touch. And you know what? We're just gonna let that one go. I know he's trying to gain life with everything else. Oh. 3/3 and Death Touch. I forgot about that ability on Knight of the Even Legend, so mistake on my part. But not only has this Vampire of the Dire Moon, we're actually just gonna do... Oh, I used up my white. Never mind. We'll attack with the Healer Hawk. And continue. Like I said, I completely forgot the Knight of the Even Legend had that +3/+3 Death Touch. But like I said, this still is pretty good. I mean, he doesn't have any cards on hand, so he's just gonna gain that Death Touch again, which I can't really use my promotions. So whatever he does, I'm just gonna let it go. Interesting. I mean, I'm not gonna block that because I don't want to kill anything right now. And he's using that Knight of the Even Legend to get that Death Touch, which I might actually kind of bait him right now. If I can do this properly. I need to wait for him to pay to tap. Oh, I'm just gonna let it go. It doesn't matter. Johnny's still gonna get the same amount of counters on him. Let me smith the 1. So now it becomes the 8/8. Now the question is, do I want to save my mana for when he attacks here? I can give that, or do I just, or sorry, this one? We're just gonna end turn, so that will get a counter, which will be nice. So I can either do its ability to block, which would trade with any of those, or I might just let it go. I could always just give a battlefield promotion to someone. Interestingly, he's holding on to something, so he has an idea for that. Yep, he's planning something with that card. That's what I was expecting. So what's going to happen is... It's what, +3/+3, so that's a 4/5. Don't have enough to do that. I feel like I might actually do one of these onto him, so we're gonna pass and just block one of those. And there we go. So now I got the first strike, which would kill it. And that gets me where I wanted. The fact that I need that Impassioned Orator kind of out, but not right now. But I do kind of want him out. I don't know what to do there. I do know Battlefield Promotion onto the Healer Hawk. just for when I do this, I can get where is it? Proliferate. So I can get 2 more counters, which is now pretty nice. A 5/6. Whatever he does here, I'm just gonna let him attack. Don't think I'm gonna trade anything just because there's not really any need to trade this, but this is kind of one of those games that I was talking about that would give, or that kind of go a little bit longer. A lot of times it's with this deck, it's been closer to actually finishing up around this time. And the fact that he's just gonna stay there, I'm gonna pay that. And the fact that he kept that means he's gonna try and pay the mana to get that up, so I'm just actually going to attack with the Healer Hawk and the Grateful Apparition. And just keep gaining counters on my creatures. So, gonna get that Proliferate, and then next turn I'll be able to do 2 Proliferates. And player lost 4 more now because of Healer Hawk. And this is kind of where he saw what was going to happen. He had nothing in his hand. Well, he might have like a sorcery or something, but yeah, so this is the life gain deck with a Johnny that I built. And like I said, I really liked it because I do absolutely love that Johnny's Pride Mate's ability. And the Bloodthirsty Aerialist, I also like that ability too. So I wanted to kind of build a deck around it, and that's what I ended up building, and it's been somewhat of a popular and a good deck, and it's been getting very consistent for plays. So like I said, I just want to kind of go back and take a quick look at this, just because that Bloodthirsty Aerialist. So let's double check. I want to check and see if I have a second one of that, or the 4th one of that we could put in. Yeah, we're just gonna search for it. Okay, I do not. I would have to burn one of my cards to craft it, which I have 6, so I'll burn it. And like I said, since you don't really get her much, I'm gonna get rid of her, but I'm gonna add in another Bloodthirsty Aerialist, and that's gonna be done for that. One thing I do want to do at the end of these episodes, just kind of show you ahead of time, come in here if I get enough coins by the end of the episode, come in and buy a pack. And the thing I do like is these are all not playable in standard because they went out of rotation. I do kind of hope like it'd be great if they had a bunch of older sets that I can get, so I can kind of build more of my older decks that I have in real life and build them in here. But it does look like since they started with Ixalan, they're just going to keep going from here and have the rest of these be like modern and start their modern and arena from here. But I actually want to get a pack of Throne of Eldraine, mainly because I'm just trying to collect the cards from the set at this point. Let's see what we get, and if anything would be good enough that I might actually put into that deck that we just played. And that might be a good one. It's kind of high cost for what I've been using in the deck, but it might actually be a good card. Let's see. Oh, Mythic Rare Wild card. It's my second one today because I got a free pack today for the last I think it's seasons that they've been doing, so, or rankings, so I got that, and I had gotten one of those earlier. It's kind of actually open for a rare or mythic, but like I said, this is kind of how the style of these weekly episodes are going to go. I'll just be going through one of these decks, and as you can tell, I have a bunch of decks, and some of them are telling me like I have 40 cards that are not in standard, so that is a historic deck. And this one I'm actually waiting on a card or a few cards. I'm gonna hopefully be building this deck up soon. It's just purely gonna be a red instant sorcery not a lot of creatures. I'm just going to try and win by burn spells. So it's currently an incomplete deck right now, but I have a lot of these others, and I think I got rid of the doubles. I somehow got a few double decks somewhere. I thought I had some. I might have gotten rid of them, but somehow I got some duplicate decks. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave a like, subscribe for more videos, and like I said, I'm hoping next episode, definitely, and possibly in the description below, to have a good schedule of what's going on and what each of the episodes are going to entail and what to expect. And with that, like, special episode, it'd be either building a deck in real life or showing one of my decks in real life, showing how I'm updating a deck, going through my build style, like even just building a new deck in here, possible live streaming, and soon to be some more unboxing videos. I know I have currently one on my channel, and I'm going to get back into that. I do know the next set coming up is Theros Beyond Death or something. It's going back to the Theros block, which I absolutely loved because it's Greek mythology based, and I absolutely love Greek mythology, so do look out for that. I will have an unboxing video for a booster box of that. Yeah, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys next time.